Are you in an ATL today?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
We in the A.
Let's go. Dude, were you ever in Nashville? Or it was just, Ashton was, okay.
Yeah.
And they were in Franklin?
Yeah, Franklin, Tennessee. Most of them are
I
up there,
thought
like the internet guys.
Yeah, I was curious. I was gonna go down there today. Who is in Nashville that's worth seeing in our space that like you think of when you think of Nashville?
Ashton, Taylor Welch. I don't really know too many guys, to be honest. A lot of them moved down to Miami.
Yeah, I wish I knew people on Ramsey's team. I know he's in outside of Franklin too, right?
Yeah.
But I can't imagine they're much they don't do as much internet marketing stuff.
Yeah, I mean most internet guys, but I think moved to Miami. Like
Right.
it's pretty much
Miami,
like Arizona, Miami, a little bit of New York.
Dubai.
Dubai.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Is WAP gonna convince you to move to New York?
No.
They could convince me. I could be convinced, but with kids, it's hard.
You have kids?
Yeah, I have two. I don't post them a lot. I'm not really afraid to, but I know like I see your kids on social every once in a while. How do you feel about that? I guess just showing your kids in general.
To be honest, I want to show them a lot more. My wife doesn't want me to show them.
Gotcha. Yeah, like I don't know what the answer is. There's obviously some risk, and especially when I'm guessing
What's the risk? What's the risk?
If you don't delay your stories of just like, I don't know, kidnapping or whatnot, but no one's watching my content for, kidnap my kids, I don't think. So
yeah,
to me, it's just like a safety thing.
Like, I don't like post my kids and tag their location.
Got you. I've done that. I did that this weekend and I didn't even think about it. I just put up a story of us at like the trampoline park. So
yeah, but if you do that after you leave, then there's no problem, right?
Yeah, which I did.
Like for me, I'll tell you, my kids are like, especially my older one, because she's 3, my younger one's 1, 3.5, 1.5. Dude, I told my wife from day one, I was like, I got her Instagram handle, their name, everything. I was like, we're building her into a fucking brand because by the time she's 18, she's going to be making tens of millions from like brand deals.
All right. Well, yeah,
I'm like
that's the thing. All right. Well, let me see if we still have it up. I posted my daughter's first YouTube video when she was 5, and it was on my channel. I was just like, post it on my channel. She wanted to watch it on the TV. So it was super cute. And it was how to take care of a roly-poly. And it was just like the best video. She took my phone, took it into her room, said, Daddy, I don't want to like have you watch it, closed the door, and just did a freestyle, like 5-minute content, 5 to 7 minute YouTube. So
that's so cute.
I was like, you know what? Maybe long tail keyword by the time she's 20, how to take care of a roly-poly. Very low search volume, but you never know.
Hey, maybe 1 million views by that, dude. You never know.
Could be. All right. So yeah, I guess we'll explore that horizon. The biggest thing that I've seen is just like thumb stop rates and whatnot with Gen Alpha or Gen A or whatever we're calling it. They're already at that rate that like I see seasoned pros, who consume media. So I'm worried about that, just the stickiness of like algorithms or whatnot getting pretty bad. But do you guys do any screen time limitations, anything like that?
My kids don't ever touch an iPad.
Okay.
Like barely ever touch a television, to be honest. Books, Legos, functional toys, puzzles, playing outside. Like TV times, like we're burnt out. You can watch a movie for an hour so we can breathe.
Yeah. Right. And that's similar to us, say for before bed, they each get an episode. So that's like the one anchor at the end of the night. But I don't know. Being a dad's hard. Are your kids sleeping through the night?
Dude, my wife is a sleep coach without saying it.
Cool.
She's probably helped 100 people in the same circles we have. Like,
dude,
put their kids to sleep for free. And she built a whole course and program, and I was gonna launch it, and I just like put on.
Do you want? All right.
I know you did something with this, right?
I did. Do you want to just have it?
Have what?
Like I would here. I'm gonna pull something up.
I remember one time
send it to you.
You guys talked about an ad that was it was like I thought my kid was dead.
Yeah, that's right. And I remember you talking about that content. But right now, I'm just gonna send you this deck because it has at the time we were shopping for different partner and we launched the offer 3 different times and the metrics were phenomenal. It has everything. That's the lean canvas, the avatars, the MRR cohorts, everything.
Why'd you stop?
Basically, it got to, you see how we turned off all the revenue.
Yeah.
got to a conflict between the two business partners that I had and the growth operator that I put in there in that seat. Um, and I tried to resolve it or mediate essentially between them for a couple months, and it was really taxing. And neither side, well, I've never gotten to a point where they're like, not only we're done with this, but like turn the revenue off, like refund the stripe. The
That's
success
crazy.
rate was over 90%. I've never touched any info product with a better success rate than that product. And it had a quicker time to value than anything else. So it's truly where the pain is at in that business is sleep deprived moms all in one community is maybe the biggest, like it just,
100%. So my play was like
yeah,
on the back end, how many children's products could we partner up with too to also have this massive community of moms?
yes,
And
there's
I had,
so much downstream.
yeah, bro, and I had a whole nother angle for dads to buy this product for their wives so that they would also get more sleep, etc. And
Yes.
like that's kind of how I built it. I have like fucking 30 pages of copywriting on this shit and the course outline and
Dude.
but yeah, so long story short, yeah, all my kids have slept from the age of 4 weeks every night, almost 12 hours a night. And it's fucking awesome. They never wake up. And to the point that I even screenshotted, we use the Nanit like to video record our girls, like it's their cameras, and it tracks their average sleep time. And
No
I
way.
pulled up receipts. I'm like, just to prove it, like, here's our kids'
Dude,
average sleep time since they were born. You know what I mean?
I love that so much. I'm going to start being better because sleep and energy is just number one. So for me, we talked about our team getting back on the Aura Ring train. They have a business like enterprise plan, and it used to be we would just API call into a Google Sheet all of our like scores, and it would just be cool. You're 60s, today. Just do some admin work. You're under that. Go home.
Really?
It's in our Slack and it would get reported. I'll show you from the
That's
early days.
crazy.
It is crazy and a huge HR concern probably, but I loved it. So yeah, here's some early days screenshots of look at this. So we would just every day in here,
Yeah, yeah.
and then you would post it, and it was great. Sweet, I only got sweet, and then we had basically bonuses based off of score that you could cash out. So
That's funny.
I, you're the like doing it to your kids though is actually next level. And it tracks just their restlessness essentially. So if it sees it, it knows they're in REM, or if they're in deep sleep, they're just like out. Is that the sort of the idea? Smart object detection.
No, no. So this is more basic because like I don't attach anything to the kids to read that deeply. It's their
Hmm.
camera that watches them, so it knows based on their movement when they're in deep sleep, when they're asleep in general, when they woke up,
That's
when
so cool.
when they like
Yeah.
rolled over, right? So it kind of tracks everything, and then like I can also pull up a report and be like, okay, on average, this child sleeps 11 hours 42 minutes a night from this hour to this hour average. You know what I mean?
Dude, I might get a nana cam for all of us, our whole family. Just put it in everyone's bedroom. That's super cool. Well, dude, what's your focus this week? I know we just saw each other last week at WebbyCon. You're back in Atlanta. What's new?
A few big launches we got going on. We wrote a couple webinars this week to say the least, and then we're scripting a challenge for January that's pretty huge. And in info, like November's a weird month. Some offers for some reason do really well, and some offers get too expensive because of like ecom driving so much traffic and affecting costs. But I'd say like majority of our accounts are actually doing pretty well right now. Like only like a fitness offer is doing a little bit below normal KPIs, but still well. And then like for some reason everything else is doing better or as good as it normally does. And then usually, as you know, like January is like the big month. So that's when we really press.
That is right. Same thing with us. Although I think we are seeing costs climb a little bit through November, but it started back in October. It just keeps getting earlier for us every single year
100%.
as far as, yeah. Like there's some weird CPM spikes that maybe normalized a little bit, but other platforms other than Meta, are you guys looking to go anywhere different than Meta YouTube ecosystem in Q4 or no?
We spend some on TikTok. I know a lot of friends that spend on Snapchat. I used to back in 2020 to 2022. I just kind of stopped. Just because it wasn't like another department and service I wanted to manage. So yeah, most of our spends on Meta, YouTube, Google. I mean, on the ecom side, it's a lot of Google shopping, to be honest. A lot of TikTok shop. But on the info side, it's mainly Meta, 75, 80%, 20% YouTube, 5% TikTok.
Okay. Sweet. What's the highest price info offer you're seeing on TikTok that's working? Like, is it even make sense to even try to be there?
5K.
Okay. Okay. That's
I know
interesting.
I know people who sold their said they did, so just to clarify. I know people who said they sold their, like, 15, 20K, like, trading algorithms on TikTok.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, the platforms grow up. It's just a matter of time, uh,
No,
I
the
guess.
platform's grown up, bro. I mean, whenever I fly on a plane, I'm flying in first class, I look around, I see, like, 50, 60-year-old
Everyone's
people
on
on
TikTok.
TikTok for, like, fucking 2, 3 hours straight.
So that is true. So I know the actual money is there. I guess the because of how that algorithm works to the feed, you can basically obviously doom scroll, but it's so many different fragments, right? So is ads the play there, or is it off of just organic and then they go to your following and then
No,
you just
no,
scroll
it's
more?
both. I mean, we run
Yeah.
ads on there, but again, mainly on the e-com side. I actually just wrote a whole webinar about this, so, like, I'll blow your mind. TikTok has
Yeah.
over 1.8 billion monthly active users, like,
Okay.
which is fucking
That's
insane. 1 out of 4 users use the search bar within 30 seconds of opening the app. Average order value on buyers
eh,
who purchase on TikTok is $79 per purchase, and LTV is $1,000 per year spent. And
okay.
for some metrics, I'm just gonna throw some, like, user numbers. Over the age of 35, there are, I'm just doing the math, 700 million users on the platform.
Okay. So that is almost like it's very similar to what I would consider like Snapchat 8 years ago, even like when it hit that cusp and people were pulling out of it. And I could never really get Snap ads to work at scale. And I'm guessing that TikTok's ads manager looks like Facebook back in the day. It's more robust. Has the ad platform gotten like any features to note too that just make it a little bit more interesting than other
Um,
short form?
I think one cool thing is, like, you can target, and again, I don't spend too much money on there, just to be transparent, right? But, like, you can
Yeah.
target, based on search. So you can target based on people having
Mm,
searched certain keywords. So,
I didn't
like,
know that.
yeah, so if I search, like, acne, I can literally, like, target someone who searched acne or acne products or whatever in the search bar.
And what were you saying? What percent of users make a search 30 seconds within entering the platform?
1 out of 4.
Whoa, that's way higher than that was the most surprising stat I
Yeah.
think of any.
Like, they come with
Um,
intent. They're searching.
yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
And cool, whether it's content or live or shop, I'm guessing it's a combination. Okay.
100%. Yeah,
Well,
and, on that same stat, let me see where it is real quick. I had an interesting number. 1 out of 4 users, blah, blah, blah. Nearly 50% of people who make a purchase on TikTok Shop buy at least once a month. So, like,
that makes
eventually,
sense.
yeah, eventually it's gonna become, like, Amazon-esque, in my opinion.
That it makes sense. I buy stuff on TikTok Shop, and I never buy e-commerce I never buy e-commerce ads on Facebook, or anything else. It's just it's a lot easier. The flow is nice. Um, I like it. So, well, dude, yeah, TikTok's not actually, I suppose, what I want to talk about. I know we wanted to talk about Gator and Pace. Kids and family I always love to talk about. But Gator and Pace, if you guys don't know who are watching this, Eddie and the whole bad team, I know like you were there. But was that pre-merger or before? It was bad, right?
It was pre-mergers, 4Media, and then
It was for media. Yep.
another year or so with Bad.
Yep. So our basically our capital offer around the Sub2 ecosystem, we have transaction coordinators, you have funding, and you have investors, right? And that triad, if it scales right, provides a lot of nice services to that core Sub2 service offering. Usually investors want to move on to the next deal. They don't want to get tied out in paperwork, and then they run out of capital because they're doing so many deals. So and that's usually where the limitations on scaling a real estate business have existed. But Pace has been able to get much farther, faster just by having that Gator offer and teaching people to capital raise, and that has been the case for a lot of our students. So, dude, I know we talked last week too about what you might do differently. Um, if you were to do it again. And I'm curious, do you see that offer in general after it scales with Sub2? Because me and Pace were always like, maybe it makes sense to have it serve other communities also in that same way, or is it just, do you think, like the do you teach that skill? Like, do other businesses that you work with or clients have that demand or need capital, or is it just real estate investors you see?
What do you mean? Wait, I didn't understand the question.
Yeah, so So if they're, I mean, capital is capital.
Oh,
So
you're saying
there's,
like to have Gators serve other people.
yeah, because I'm like, I don't know who, but let's just say micro M&A. Like, does Gator make sense for anything like that that you saw outside of real estate, or do you think it's just a real estate offer as far
That's interesting.
as the
I
use
think the
case?
strongest selling point is the real estate side because you could do with such little cash.
Hmm.
Right? Once you get into like these other plays, it's like you're putting down 150K, 200K to make it make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Versus like in Gator, you could do it like 3 to 10 grand. You know what I mean? You could put
that
that
makes
on.
sense.
You could literally put that on a business line of credit, and then get the deal done and make yourself 5 grand on it and walk away.
Yep. Yeah, the reason I ask is because when we had credit stacking, that offer, I know we didn't probably talk too much about it, but when Jack was there, it was mainly like lifestyle and credit hacking and using credit card leverage in order to get to a place where you could use more of
Credit
the
lines.
traditional finance,
Yeah.
yeah, credit lines and traditional financing. So to me, I'm like maybe that all wraps into one product that becomes a little bit more. But regardless, dude, I'm in Nashville right now, about to head over with the team. They are, like I said, on day 10. I forget when they get to Atlanta, but
Wait.
it's
Oh, they're
been
coming to
it's been a
Atlanta.
trip. I think so. Let me check. It's going to every state. So Creative Nation tour.
Is that the
Let me see
website?
it. Yeah, I'll plug plug my own stuff, but you guys should go to Eddie. Eddie's bigger than me anyway.
For
But
what? Oh, you're
Pace's
calling me
tour,
fat, bro?
yeah, bro, like bigger inside. I think I did tell you one time. I was like, bro, you're built like all pro defensive end, which I meant is only a compliment.
That's funny. Yeah, I
I'm
see
just
here, December 7th.
Okay, December 7th. So it's been a whirlwind. And right now we're obviously right here. We're doing vlogs, some daily vlogs to it. So the only other thing that I wanted for me, free advice, is we have what I think like 108 iteration cycles on this tour to like get it right in the daily vlog. And the story arc has been super cool. I've been following it along since the beginning. Honolulu is super collaborative. Like Alaska, the narrative was, hey, you guys don't do deals together. You're isolationists. Like Oklahoma City had certain market conditions that made certain types of deals attractive. So it's really cool for me from like an ad retargeting standpoint and the team and like so many growth marketing use cases. But as far as like the actual flow and production flow, how does that or any of the projects that you do handle a tight daily vlog style? Because I've seen you do a little bit of that when you've traveled. I know it's not like 24/7 Gary V, but is there any like tips or things that made the throughput of the content a lot faster?
Of my personal content?
Yeah, like because we're pretty fast. Like, we're here. We're on 11:20 right now, and only 11:17 isn't up. Like that's not much of a delay. However, it can always get better. And then I'm always worried about other brands and the ad content when this is such a huge focus for us right now. So just content and teams in general, like content throughput. Is there anything that you guys do, whether it's work with overflow contractors when you have extra content needs? Because this is was not planned for a month ago, is kind of what I'm saying. And now we have a huge backlog of content on top of a backlog. And I
Yeah, but
just
this
am
is
worried.
also a lot of content. Like I'm watching these
Yeah.
videos, like it's
It's a ton, bro. Like, and shout out to Scott and the content team and Adler and Dre, who's here today, and everyone who's we're flying out. So creative director in the van, Pace is in the other like full bus. Pace has a driver. Scott, creative director, he's the one driving the van. And then the creative team is like editing in the car sometimes, obviously, and then traveling to the next city. So it's it's super cool and energy, but I'm just worried about the yeah, the content and then obviously the energy of the team as the tour progresses, but we can solve that. Just what they're doing is rotational stints. So roughly 19, I think, people overall on the graphic social production team, just flying out to different cities and then doing stints and then flying back. And Scott's doing the full 108 cities though. So shout out. It's if you don't have any thoughts there, because it's not a normal thing
no,
that's
no, I
ever
do
been
have thoughts.
done.
I think the way they
Okay.
shoot is the bottleneck.
Okay.
So like here's the problem. Here's the problem with and who's editing? Is it the people on the bus or is it a remote team that's not on site?
A little bit of both. So they're editing on bus and then also sending content back through um to let's call it corporate or like HQ in Phoenix.
Okay, I see. Yeah, so how I have my team shoot in situations that are this long is I have them document which clips are the ones that they want to use. So for example, like there's a scene of them eating ice cream. Okay.
Mhm.
I'll be recording and then okay, 20 minutes go by and nothing's happened. I would end that clip and start a new one.
and then just toss it.
and toss it. You get what I'm saying? And I don't need to
Yeah.
even delete it, but it's like, okay, next clip I'm filming, let's just say another 20 minutes go by, nothing happened that's important. Exclude again. Okay, I start again. I just double tap. New end clip, start clip, right? And then the next clip, let's just say there's fucking juicy shit in there. I wait, all the juicy shit's done, it calms down, whatever. I end the clip and I go note in my phone, clip number, blah, 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 right? So then when I go to export, instead of my fucking editor having to go watch all this time of
Yeah.
him talking and try to figure out what's the best
Yeah.
part, I've already saved him most of that work because he now has to watch less clips because I know as a shooter that those are good clips.
Okay, so the shooter has to triage almost in real time,
Which isn't
essentially.
hard because they're
Okay.
they're listening in their headphones. They're like living the movie. And they could easily be like, oh, this part of the movie was like so fucking boring. There's nothing to do here. Or like, okay, out of that whole fucking 45-minute clip, just take the part where Pace walks from the bus to the door.
That makes sense. So like, let's just say, and I don't know what today's raw amount of video hours or raw video hours that we shot today, but let's say it's 16 ish. Started around maybe I think 10 a.m. up like camera one, and then maybe some camera two or BTS, and call it 16 hours of content so far. Is that just way too much? They're overshooting, in your opinion?
They're not overshooting, they're over uploading.
Over uploaded. Got you. Okay, so you still keep the raws, you just don't put them into the backlog.
I can just keep them in a hard drive for all I care. But no,
Okay.
I'll discard the raws. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying up to the editing
Okay.
point. Like the difference is right now, an editor is going through 16 hours of footage, which is gonna take them 2 days to do, no matter
Oh
how.
yeah.
So
No.
my context is I could shoot for 16, but only give the editor a total of 3. And now he
Yeah.
only has 3 hours to go through because this is all the main stuff that matters. And I've told him on a label what it is. And so he's intentionally looking for a lot of it. He's like, oh, okay, this whole 10-minute clip, I only need to get the part where Pace does this because the rest ended up being a waste. So he'll go find that part. He'll get it. Okay, here's like the 45 seconds Pace said this. Cool, next clip. And so like he's just looking through clips that are already triaged. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then
Okay.
we can pump shit next day every time.
Got it. Okay, cool. That's a great answer. Too, and it's really it's not a concern right now, but I could just see it
But I know I've
continuing
worked
to
with
get.
Pace. He's like, why didn't we upload yesterday already?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And I mean, me too, on surface level, then I think about it and I'm like, well, just the sheer nature of just Wi-Fi and upload speeds in middle of America, like in the Midwest,
Yeah.
going through Fargo, North Dakota. Like I'm sure in the car, if you're
No,
trying to
you have
upload
to have
stuff,
the
it's not
editors
great.
on site so that you don't
Uh,
upload anything until it's the final video.
yeah.
And they chop it up, like I said. And then also they probably should just be like porting to a computer like 3 times a day. You know what I mean?
Okay. So,
Like
and then
someone just
redundant
hands an
backup.
SD card to someone else, go upload it to the hard drive. You know what I mean? And just like,
Yep. Makes sense. Like, do you guys have creative directors structured like in pods right now as it stands, or do you do a mix of growth and
so I have a
growth and
creative team
creative?
for bad marketing and Eddie. That's the one that like I'm
Mm,
most deeply involved in. And then on the e-com side, I have a centralized creative department. So all strategists send requests to that department, creative director organizes it, and then they basically distribute workload based on who's available and who's really good with that account. Same on the info side.
eh,
So it's like a centralized team
centralized. Got
that
it.
feeds everyone. But now on the info side, I'm going back to what I had before, which is like a centralized team of designers per 2 pods. So instead of like the department with a bunch of people, it's like these 2 pods get these 3 people, use them.
I think that makes. I mean, it's a lot of sense. And then they specialize by just client roster, essentially, or industry. And yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, yep. Yeah. No, it's just it's super cool. I'm pumped. Yeah, that tour leads all the way up to Squad Up in March. Yeah, dude. Like I'm not sure when I'm gonna do it, but I know I told you too late last time. I'm gonna do one more masterminds in maybe the Colorado office that we have. It's just sitting dormant, waiting right up before Squad Up. So keep late March maybe in your head booked because I want people to see this one. It's gonna be 3,500 people and super dope. So
Sick.
I always think, yeah,
I'm
it's
in. I
always
mean, just
those
give me
early
if you give me a
years.
heads up, if I can make it, I'm gonna be there
Okay.
100% of the time.
Okay. Yeah, by early, I'll tell you 2 days before, and that'll be perfect. Put it
Cool.
right on your calendar.
I'm already putting it on. Where I'm
Cool.
just blocking
I
off
s-
an entire quarter and just putting Nick Fisher sometime mastermind. Keep an eye
yeah,
out.
that's right. Just keep an eye out. You know, that's how I would do it. There will be an invite in the mail. But um, I like genuinely and I just want to bring people together before it because I'm like, hey, a lot of people wanted to see it last year. I reconnected with a ton of friends, and it was super cool to see them. You take over the whole hotel, and it's just fun. So that's the 100-day tour, and next year is international for us as far as the live events go. Um, what conference are you going to next? Is there anything you're hitting for the rest of the year?
I'm throwing my own in
Oh, okay.
February in Dubai. But honestly, dude, um, I've looked at it and I've decided to make a conscious decision to go to like 90% less events next year. Um,
Interesting.
because I'm looking at it, and although it's great, great relationships, I learn, etc. At the end of the day, the time that it takes, let's just say I go to a 2-day event, it really takes 3 total days of time.
There does.
Like,
Yeah.
and I'm a machine, so I'm still working on Slack, WhatsApp, text, all this stuff, right? But I'm not like
Mhm.
in it. And I was like, dude, if I just took one of those 3 days and just did, I don't know, content instead, like how much more reach would I get than even going and speaking at events?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, if I one whole day of content is like a month of content. You know what I mean? So I'm like, dude, if I just double down that, I can build the brand, I think, a lot better than I would right now, personally.
What type of people are you trying to reach in this next phase of Eddie's brand?
Look, on the info side, I'm not really trying to like expand. I'm just
Right.
trying to build.
You pretty much everyone knows you at this point, I'd say.
It's not even that. It's more about client base even, or staff. Like, I'm just in a phase where I'd rather just replace the ones that, have the least upside with ones that have more upside, and focusing on less people and going deeper. Similar to you guys, but just not a publishing model, right?
Yeah.
Um, and that's even to work a lot better because now we have almost 15 offers doing multiple 7 figures a month. You know what I mean? So like,
Dang, dude. Good for
yeah,
you. I didn't know that. Like that's killer. So yeah, it's like hybrid. You get the cash flow and the upside too if the performance deals right, right?
exactly right. And I can just focus on less people, less staff, less whatever, great
Yes.
upside. And then General Eddie brand is going to be more business. So you can even see like Hermosi doing it now. He's moving out of the internet marketing space
Okay.
into like brick and mortar places
Yes.
and whatever. So we're even building an office to do events so that we can use events as like a pretty cool acquisition system for us as well.
Cool. Okay. So just business owners making X amount of revenue per year and above kind of thing.
Yeah, so we have 3 sectors. We have business owners doing that. We have e-com people doing that, and then we have info
Mhm.
people doing that. The info side,
Okay.
we're basically creating a consulting and coaching side so that
Yep.
we can still work with more info offers, because I do not want to take more done for you. I want to limit to like 16 and never touch more. You know what I mean?
I hear you. Yeah, it's going to be a way different next 5 years, obviously, in the creator info space than it is the last five. So I
100%.
hear you on that. I don't have any 2026, I guess, content goals too, but for the business owners, it makes sense. Those people are worth it, and 100% the leverage on something like this. All we don't we can maybe just even do a part two because I know like both of us are busy and we got to talk about our business, the things that we're doing. But I will take this as just a test, and I would love to run some ads, and maybe I'll take some YouTube ads and see if I can reach that certain type of business owner. I was having fun just like getting back into the YouTube ads ecosystem earlier today, just trying to get a sense of, again, training the team for the first time in a while. I'm like, oh, okay. I like where actually Google's direction is going on that platform. The ad platform there, I much prefer now relative to Facebook, and all of the wonkiness and advantage targeting I have to turn off. So that's usually the plan with this is put it on YouTube, and we'll see like if we can get that next wave of business owners because they are all super impressed. I've noticed outside of the info space, it's like looks like sorcery what we can do.
Bro, they're
Right?
like, it literally is sorcery.
It is,
I'll
and
talk to
I'm
like $200 million companies and give them like 2 lines of advice. I'm like, we added 20 million in EBITDA because of what you told us. I'm like, sick. Like,
yeah, that's
you know what I mean?
right. Like, and that's gotta be too. I'm like, as much as I love things being hard, I would rather like increase the odds that whatever I'm telling people is going to lead to a ton of
100%.
results. Yep. And I don't want to do the same thing as I don't know if you're imagining like street interviews like School of Mentors James or whatnot, or doing something entirely different and just aim more at like Hormozy style, like long form. But either way, yeah, that's interesting to me. It's just reaching more of those people who have acquisition needs that just don't know what they don't know kind of thing.
Yeah. 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 I think It's gonna be a mix of all of it. So we're planning on doing basically 6 events a quarter. One of them's for local business, one of them's for ecom, one of them's for local business, one of them's for info, one of them's for local business. You know what I'm saying?
That'll be in Atlanta or somewhere else.
In Atlanta, yeah. We got a
Cool.
sick office. We got like
Dude,
8,000 square
I've
feet.
never been.
Really?
I haven't spent any time in Atlanta. Like
It's like
most of the
north of
time I'm
Atlanta. It's in Alpharetta, so we're like 45 minutes away. It would be like the
okay.
equivalent of like Scottsdale
Chattanooga.
to Phoenix.
Okay.
Like from the
Okay.
airport of Phoenix to like nice Scottsdale, like on the east side.
Yeah, it's
Like,
out there.
yeah.
That's fine. I don't need to be downtown Atlanta or anything.
Pace loves downtown Atlanta.
Yeah.
He loves his soul food.
He does. And and I do want to stay at the Outcast, the Dungeon House, like too, like him and Jamil did. That was super cool.
Wait,
And
they
did
stayed at the
content there.
that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's sick. It's an Airbnb, dude. And I'm like, who got that one as an Airbnb?
It's an Airbnb?
Yeah.
Outcast Dungeon House?
Yeah.
What?
It's really, really cool.
The Dungeon, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Legends. I've never seen this.
Probably, I don't know if it has the best location, but it's like piece of hip hop history. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's sick. This was actually their home.
Yeah, and like I think like Future lived in that basement. Andre and Big Boy, obviously.
No way. That's sick.
Bunch of people. Yep.
That's sick. Good for them, bro.
It is sick. That was honestly like everything else in this industry has been super cool. And there's a lot of good things about it. But the coolest thing was when we were doing well enough where Big Boy came to our mastermind like 3 years ago. It was the like keynote, and it made no sense, but I loved it. So I'm hoping we can get Andre to play the flute, like at something at an event.
Dude, honestly, like for Pace's pull on YouTube and stuff, I bet he's probably taught a lot of these guys real estate stuff that they would just love to come. I have other clients in real estate, bro, and like UFC fighters and crazy NBA athletes and stuff like watch their stuff and buy property, and like they're like huge fans. It's pretty cool. So I can't imagine Pace.
It's really this next phase, I guess, of just growth, even for him. We're probably going to escape the real estate industry, like out of just sheer necessity at some point. The sub 2 offer there's a ceiling for, selling to wholesalers, right? Of just people who know that. So I'm excited to go upstream.
Yeah, where would you go? Business?
What awaits? Honestly, wherever Pace wants to go, like he has.
I think Pace would want to go to like M&A on creative terms.
And we're doing some of that. We're doing some of that already. So everything funnels now up to Owners Club. And maybe this I never show anyone. Pace Eco. I'll send it to you, but it's currently this. Let me share. Or if you just want the video, you can look at it later. But it's him drawing as he does sometimes. And I made this into a graphic. So that was the first part of it. And I'll send you the whole thing. It looks beautiful, but right now, everything goes to Owners Club. Owners Club buys businesses at the very top of our ascension for all the BizOp layer. And then sometimes we have SaaS that enables someone to get a faster result on that BizOp layer. But trying to formulate it so that eventually, hey, trade your active income for semi-passive income up top, where you're using a hybrid mix of capital leverage and creative terms. That's definitely where we're at right now. That's going to continue to expand. And obviously there will be tiers of in certain capital classes of people in Owners. Right now, like I need to pull the clip. Someone told me I do marketing calls in there. Someone's like, I used your advice to like buy it in like a private airstrip. And now I'm having like private. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. So
that's crazy.
Land use get crazy. I'm like, I want to meet some people like you guys that are going to be.
I mean, bro, you could do it in anything at the end of the day. Like I subdued the businesses that I bought, all of them.
Interesting. So
like you not subdued, but creative finance.
Creative finance, right? You came in and you did it on terms.
I just straight negotiated my own terms and take it or leave it, and we eventually took it.
Dude, that's how and we structured the same thing with Shaq and Jake when they took to exercise the agency too. Is as much as I would have loved for it to buy cash, like I'm really happy that they got to go to a good place. They structured it well, smartly, still getting paid from it, which is nice too. It was a win-win. So to me, when that deal is good on both sides and it makes sense, and we didn't need the cash flow like right a windfall. I wasn't going to retire anyway. I was like, I'll just wait and take care of the teams. I want to get there myself. We'll see what ends up happening after this year of Squad Up. I think the vision will change depending on how much and how different Owners Club maybe is after this next year. So, but everything is going there. There's going to be no changes as far as that path, except this year people have been asking me about car washes to space recently. Did found a partner in that area, and he's been buying car washes as well.
That's sick.
But
That's a
that's
really
it.
good business. And
It
in a lot of cities, like for example Orlando, you actually can't get a permit for another one. Like they're limited, so you have to go buy into one that already exists, for example.
Whoa! So there's some government or regulatory moat there that
Yeah.
allows for.
Yeah, there's same for like
Mm,
mechanic shops, for example. So like that's also an interesting play as well. Like certain
that
yeah.
is really interesting.
Yeah, I'm getting into that
Okay.
mechanic space. It's pretty secure to say the least.
Dang. I need to like get out of like only focus on info 100% eventually, because that is super interesting to me. I just never think to do that. What gets your like head to think about like buying mechanic business?
They come to me and
Okay.
I look at like how sick they are, and some of them are fucking sick. And the
Got
operator's
it.
really smart, 20 years in, and then that kind of makes sense. You know what I mean?
Okay. So yeah, obviously the financials look different, but is there like something that you're a good operator, you don't have to be in, and you provide just strategic guidance,
Strategic
strategic
and
capital
digital. Like most of these guys
and
don't have
digital?
digital systems, right? Like they don't have
Yeah.
digital marketing, they don't have like expansion. Like they don't really understand that. It's like a lot of them are
Okay.
still on like fucking paper and pencil and like one software.
Got it. So is it retention of customer too, that they're winning usually when they're a good operator, and that's if they're not good at act, they're retaining and getting a lot of repeat buys?
Yeah, and hiring and training well and like
Hiring, training
running
well.
the
Yeah.
system well more than anything. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
And
the
I know you
mechanic
had
world,
the
repeat buys is pretty common because like if you take it to a shop, he doesn't fuck you over.
yeah, I'm going
Like
to them every time.
exactly. You're
Yeah.
sending your friends, your mom, your sister. You know what I
Uh
mean? Like
yeah, you're right. The barrier for entry is like, will you scam me?
exactly.
No.
And oh, did
Okay,
you fix
great.
my car? You fixed my car and you didn't scam me? Down.
I love you. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'll set everyone.
100%. I know, man. But well, dude, that's cool. And is there anything before we kind of jet and talk about our other business stuff that you want to say, or people that you need right now in the biz?
No, not really. I'm excited
Okay,
to have a podcast where we just talk about like info stuff and what we're doing on
cool,
that side. I think you and I can fucking brainstorm a lot of cool shit on
dude.
this boat.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I would love to, more so than anything. Like I have seen so many cool things emerging this year, especially that I want to like understand better myself. We have like school, which has finally gotten to a point where the product has become like actually sticky, and I'm seeing real MRR info businesses and communities like actually existing. Like if you go to the school games leaderboard and you look, it's cool that you can see last 7 days now in Rev, and which is like people that are act heavy would show up or oversee there. And then you have the overall MRR of the school games. So I'm like, okay, some people are actually retaining revenue here, and they're doing a really good job with community management. WAP is obviously, we both love and been there. I've been there since early, and their product in like building in WAP on the vibe coding stuff and building apps is really, I think, going to be a huge game changer for
Game
them
changer.
and make the product interesting. Some cool stuff that's never been done. So just the all-in-one solution that has payment built in, from the tech side. And then, dude, yeah, launching Built for Babies back, and making babies sleep through the night. That's probably, dude. Would you do that if I found like a growth operator for that? Would your wife actually be rude for that, or like be the expert, or would she just be like, no, I'll be the subject matter expert, but not in the spotlight?
Let me put it this way. If you wanted to do fulfillment, I would do marketing and
Okay,
my wife is 100% down.
okay, yeah, like I genuinely love that offer. Okay, I'll think more about that.
Think on it
That
because I think we can brand on that offer.
Me
Like,
too, man. I honestly think it's the smartest info play that I could probably make outside of the stuff that we're already doing.
yeah,
Um,
I feel the same way
okay.
personally.
I'm gonna hit someone up to see if they would be CX lead, and I'll let you know.
Let me know.
All right.
All
Cool,
right.
man.
Good chatting. Let's plan another one and do some info stuff for the people in the crowd.
Let's do it. What type of info stuff? Comment below if you guys want something specific. Otherwise, Eddie's king of webinars, VSL call funnel, low ticket. What else do you do as far as info right now?
A lot of challenges.
Challenges. Yes.
I don't really do many book
Three.
launches, to be honest. I'm not good at those, but challenges,
Yeah.
webinars, VSLs, lead magnets, smash.
Cool. I want to pick your brain on challenges for sure. That's an area that just we we're so late on, and we're getting better every month.
I
But
ran a few with you
no,
guys, and they
following up yet.
fucking crushed. If you
I
remember.
know they did. I remember. I was like, well, these working really well.
Yeah.
Right, especially out of the group. Ones that weren't in the group, 3 days and 5 days, if I remember too.
Yeah, I remember we did a 3-day one too that we spent like less than 100K on and came out like a few mil. I was like,
Okay.
yeah,
I'll get those case. We'll do a part two where I'll actually come with case studies prepared of stuff that we've we've done, and then we can talk over. You can say why it was designed that way too, and I'll chime in because
sick.
to
Yeah, I
me,
can give a
yeah,
lot of
that's the
insights.
wave.
Some sick
All
shit
right.
that I've done on that side too.
Okay, let's do that.
Cool.
Sweet man.
Safe
Thank you.
travels, bro. Thanks for getting on the
You
call.
too. Cheers. Bye.